The FNB Namibia Women's Super League came to an exciting end on Saturday, with FC Ongos crowned as the 2025-2026 season league champions after a dominant 3-0 victory over Julinho Athletics in their final match of the season at the Telecom Park in Park. Now, to talk to us on how the campaign went, we are joined by Alina Karlos, the Vice Chairperson of the FNB Namibia Women's Super League. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful. Now, FC Ongos finished with a 3-0 win to seal the title. What stood out about their campaign this season?
First and foremost, congrats to the champions, that's FC Ongos ladies. The continued stability and competence that they displayed during the season totally saw them to the victory. And it's not, winning a league is not about one match. It's all the matches and the dedication and the development that goes on behind the game. So congratulations to FC Ongos.
Mm-hmm. Now, was this the most competitive Women's Super League season yet, or did one team pull away this season?
I can certainly say this is one of the competitive seasons in the Women's Super League. We have seen a lot of improvements across all the clubs of the 12 clubs. Unexpected improvements, actually. We have seen a lot of young players step up to the game. I think most of the teams have 5 or 6 players that are under the age of 20 in their first 11. It was a very competitive season, and all the clubs were up to the task. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, how would you rate the overall growth of the FNB Women's Super League this season in terms of attendance, quality of play, as well as the media coverage?
It's also one of the seasons where we have seen a lot of growth in terms of visibility, even in terms of media coverage. We have seen a lot of media personalities. We have seen a lot of cameras at the field, and not to forget the partnership that we have with Mass TV, where they have live stream most of the games. Most of the games, of course, we still couldn't live stream all of the games, but most of the games were live streamed, and people across the country and elsewhere could follow the league closely. Mm-hmm. In terms of attendance, also, we have seen a lot of people at the stadiums, as the challenge is just that the matches are spread across different venues. Mm-hmm. But it was a good, in terms of the marketing. All the clubs went out to market and talk about their games on social media. I think all the clubs have social media pages. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Now, earlier on, you mentioned, the players stepping up to the plate. Which other teams or players surprised you or the most in the 2025-26 season?
Yeah, not to pinpoint, actually, a lot of players, and we have seen a lot of growth in terms of being mature enough to even participate in the national events or national teams, national events that happen during the league. We have a lot of clubs that also stepped up by signing players even from outside the borders. So there is a lot of growth in women's football overall. Mm-hmm.
Now, sponsorship from FNB has been key. What impact has that partnership had on the league and the players as well?
Yes, FNB's sponsorship is really the fundamental of the Women's Super League at this point. They made sure that they removed the girl child from the streets, from the clubs to be on the field. They provided a platform, and it's not only about football, it's about empowering the girl child. It's about giving them that platform to showcase their talent. As I've said, the live streaming enabled people from all over the world to be watching. So we are sure that FNB gave us this opportunity for also our talent to be showcased to the world in terms of women football. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, are we seeing more young girls registering to play after watching this league? What's the pipeline looking like?
Hopefully, yes. As I've seen, also it's up to the clubs, and the clubs, I think, are making efforts to go and scout young talent, because in football, of course, as we say, most clubs, we are not only grooming ladies to play football, there'll become a time where they have a professional life, and then you need to tap in the young generation. So it will be a privilege if we get more young girls to the field. It means clubs, we must go out and scout at schools, have youth competitions, and with the NFA Cup, including the regions, is also a scouting platform for the Women's Super League clubs.
Now, hosting of leagues like this do come with challenges. What were some of those challenges you encountered, and how do you look to, solve them for the upcoming season?
Yes, of course, the resources, despite the FNB very generous sponsorship, resources still remains a challenge. And when we talk of resources, we're not only talking about finance, we're talking about fields to play, we're talking about fields for teams to train. Most teams don't have home grounds or where they train. They train in locations that are not so practical to train the players to be able to play at different international grounds, because they are not really up to the standard of FIFA and so on. So those are some of the challenges. So resources also in terms of the sponsorship is there, yes, and we also need more sponsorship so that we can also have the girls make a living of their talent, because they commit to this and they need resources that can keep them close to football. We have players that can play football, but now a club is not able to keep 5 players from Okakarara event on club cost or on the grand cost.
Now, what's next for women's football in Namibia as the league wrapped up? Are there any tournaments? Are there any training camps and regional club competitions planned?
Yeah, we are very fortunate this year. The season ends, but that's not the end of football, and it's not the end of women football. We're not going to sit idle waiting for the next season. There is the NFA Cup that we are privileged to be involved. All the 12 clubs of the Women's Super League are going to partake in the NFA Cup, as well as women regional teams from the regions. It's very exciting. So we are continuing to train and preparing for the NFA Cup.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Namibia Connects.
Thank you.
Wonderful. That was Alina Karlos, the Vice Chairperson of the FNB Women's Football League.